What's going on, everybody? We're going to give it about a minute, 2 minutes here, let everybody get on the call, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. If you're having anyone that's hopping on the line, send out those last minute texts to make sure that they're getting on the line. Give about one more minute, and we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, 20 seconds and we will get started. All right, going to go ahead and get started. If you have any guests that are hopping on the line, make sure to send out those last minute texts to give them that quick reminder. But first of all, for those of you tuning in for the first time, super excited to have quick 15 minutes to share with you what we're super excited about. The person who invited you on this call today, obviously they like, trust, and respect your opinion enough to share this concept with you and the opportunity that we're working with. And really quick, I'll share my quick story and then kind of get into Janess a little bit more. But my name's Cody Barton. I'm 21. I live in Arizona in the U.S. here, and I actually got introduced to the industry of network marketing, direct sales about a little over 4 years ago. My sister actually introduced me to the industry, and she told me that there's a way I could make some extra money while I was in school, essentially. And I was looking for something like that because I'm sure, you listening in, you could relate. Maybe as far as in the US anyways, schooling is very expensive, and I always wanted to figure out how I could get out of school without going into debt. I wasn't a student that was going to get a full ride from, getting good grades, so I knew that was out of the picture. But the thing was that I got introduced to this industry, and my sister said I could do it while working the jobs I was already currently working in and in school. And so I got excited. About a concept to be able to have that opportunity. And so what kind of happened for me is I started in the business, and I started working at super part-time. So I was working about 30 minutes to an hour a day. So really not that much, but I made it productive in the time that I did have, because I was working 50 hours a week and I was in school. So I didn't have tons of time, but I made the little time that I had productive. So what kind of happened was about 7 months into the business, I was able to build it up enough to be able to quit the 50 hours a week that I was working at the jobs that I had, and really turn this into a full-time business for myself. And fast forward now, over 4 years into the industry, a lot of amazing things have happened. And a lot of people would say, it seems too good to be true, or but my big thing is, like, there's a lot of opportunity out there in the world. And whether it's this or something else, if people like to say something's too good to be true, but if you say everything's too good to be true, you're never going to find a true opportunity, because it doesn't matter what it is. You're going to, it's like you should deserve more. You should deserve the best opportunity. You should deserve the best in life. And that's what I've always believed. And so, over the time I've been building this business, it's allowed me to be able to, I haven't worked actually March. This is my 4-year anniversary of not working a job, so I'm about 4.5 years into the industry, 4 years not working a job anymore. And, nothing against jobs, just I didn't want to work a job. I didn't like what I was doing. I wanted to have free time. I wanted to work my own schedule because I knew that I could, make that, work for myself. So essentially that's what I did. And, over the time built teams of people, lines of distribution of customers and distributors all over the world, to multiple thousands of people. Helped a lot of people in a lot of different places over the last few years, a few places, just to get an idea that this isn't just where you're at, at your house right now or wherever you're at, and not just at my house here in Arizona. The company Jeunesse is open in 120 countries, and over the last few years, I've been able to go to Norway, Sweden, Austria, Australia, New Zealand, all over the U.S., Mexico, Ireland, building this business. And it's really exciting because we have an opportunity here with some great products that I'm going to get into in a second, but an opportunity for that average person that just has some above average dreams and goals to be able to take advantage of this business. So not that this is the end all be all. This is something to add into what you're already doing in your life, as far as on the opportunity side here, and you build this on the side of what you're doing, and you can create an additional, say, $300, $400, $500 or euros a month, and then continue building it up from there, whatever your goals may be. But it takes time. This isn't a get rich quick, but I'm going to go ahead and get into it as far as jumping into some of the content of what's Jeunesse, how does this work, what's the deal with the company, and then get right to it here. So all right, so I'm just gonna go through more on how Jeunesse works, more on network marketing as a whole, how the concept and everything works. So the concept, what's network marketing? It's essentially, it's just different from what most companies do. Most companies, they take their advertising dollars and they put them into TV commercials, magazine ads, billboards, print media, things like that. So instead of putting the money into things like that, network marketing is essentially a company realizing that the most powerful, sought after way of marketing is word of mouth. So that's basically where they're taking their ad budget and putting it into people like myself, like you, like the person who invited you on this call, because people trust, and respect their friends, and that's where they're more willing to value their opinion over, say, a TV commercial or a magazine ad. And that's just the truth. That's more people make decisions based off of their friends' referrals. Like, hey, what movie did you see last week, and was it really good? Should I go check it out? Like, it's just people talk about what they like and don't like every day. Word of mouth, obviously, we already know that people are, listening to the people that they trust. Looking at social media today, this call that we're on right now, this is a free service that Google Plus offers. Technology is really crazy, and we have a business that you're able to build from your phone and from your computer, and build it anywhere you are in the world. And I think that's something that's really special, is that when I built this business, I've never really had a very big organization of people in the state that I live in, but because we're so connected with all of these different sources, I was able to build teams all over the world because of all of the resources that we have today. So just a good visual here, guys, is kind of looking at let's see here, kind of looking at 1 second. Sorry, I'm just messing with the screen share option. 1 second, guys. All right, 1 second. Jump back to this. Someone was saying that it was the call is acting up. Okay, so jumping back to where we were at. So looking at traditional business versus network marketing. Most companies, they have all these steps. So that money is being, there's lots of money being spent on distribution and all of these steps. And what's cool about Jeunesse is it's manufacture the products, right to being delivered to the distributors and then to that end customer. So going into Jeunesse as a company, our founders right here, this is Randy Ray and Wendy Lewis, here with their son Scott Lewis. And Randy Ray, Wendy Lewis, they started the company, just a little over 6 years old now. Super awesome, super humble, big-hearted people. I just got back from our company's convention in Las Vegas this weekend, and they're really doing some great stuff. Recently they've adopted a couple villages in China and one in Ecuador, and then they're actually adopting another village coming up this summer in Ecuador to really go and create sustainability, and helping people learn how to farm, not just going out there and donating food and supplies, but more so going out there, donating the food, the supplies, helping build, schools, things like that, but also helping them create a sustainable, living, environment, with teaching them how to farm and, have food and shelter and getting them the things that they need. So they're doing some really great stuff and, really just big-hearted people. And, as well as Scott, our Chief Visionary Officer here as well. Looking at, they just actually finished building our new global headquarters, which is actually based in Orlando, Florida. Looking at overall growth, what's happened over the last 6 years here, what's really cool is they've obviously had a lot of growth year after year after year, and then jumping into 2006 or 2015 was their biggest year, one of their biggest month. They did 120 million in June, and then on top of that, that led to finishing off 2015 with $1 billion in sales, which Jeunesse, we were the fastest company to ever hit $1 billion in sales out of any company in our space. The second fastest was 10 years. So not only are we looking at a great company, but a company that's breaking records in every area. Looking at, really quick here, we are the fastest growing company in the Direct Selling Association. This is, recently just been updated, and it hasn't been on here. Wendy Lewis, is Woman of the Year, last year as well, which is really exciting. And this is really our mission, and we're really here. Jeunesse is here, and we're all here. The person who invited you on this call, got you on here, because we're all looking to become better. I've never really met people that are like, I wish I could be more broke, or I wish I could have less health. Like, everybody wants more and wants to grow and live a better life. And so that's really what I think Jeunesse really provides for people is an opportunity to improve their life. So I'm going to jump into the products here, guys. We have a pretty awesome, diverse line, and some of these things are just changed over this weekend, but I'm going to touch on these briefly. So we have one of the first products here is the Reserve. So the Reserve here, this is actually the main ingredient in this is resveratrol, which is essentially, it's a strong antioxidant. It's the healthy part of like red wine. When people say drink a glass of red wine a day, it's good for you. It's because of resveratrol inside of it. Jumping, I'm going to hit on, a couple of my favorites, and then, I want to close out here in a couple minutes. The Zen workout line right here, this actually just got updated. They actually just launched as far as in the US market, soon to come to Europe. They already have the protein shake fat burner and the branched chain amino acids, but they just created a bigger protein shake that has double the servings for around the same price. So they're super excited about that, and a whole detox plan. And there's also, that's just started. Something that just started was there's a Facebook group, Facebook support group for people that are, looking to reach their fitness and health goals. And, that'll be launching soon as well. Jumping over here, we have the AM, PM, the morning multivitamin, the nighttime multivitamin, which I really like the PM because it has melatonin in it, which is, essentially helps with sleeping. And then I think our best product, as far as, customer capturing product right here is the Instantly Ageless. Where the Instantly Ageless, if you haven't seen a video on it, ask the person who invited you on here, to check out a video, because literally it helps reduce fine lines and wrinkles on somebody's face in 1.5 to 2 minutes. And I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it's something you have to see for yourself. And this is a product that provides people with that instant gratification that they're always looking for, especially in this day and age. And then, closing it off with looking at our Lumen-S line. The Lumen-S line is, awesome because we have, everything from the advanced night repair to, the daily moisturizer, to the, I think the best product on the Lumen-S line is the cellular rejuvenation serum. And why I think this product is so great is because it has stem cell technology in it that helps essentially repair the damaged cells within somebody's skin. So it helps reduce those fine lines and wrinkles on the long term. Where Instantly Ageless is a short-term fix, the rejuvenation serum on the long term really helps change things up for somebody on with their fine lines and wrinkles. So taking a couple quick minutes and then, closing it out here. Global platform, like I was saying, open in over 120 different countries right now. We have global offices in 20 different countries as well, and, growing every single day. So how do you get paid? I'm not going to go deep into, how the compensation plan works, but I'm going to give a brief understanding. So like I was saying, if you remember at the beginning, the company Jeunesse, they take their advertising budget away from TV commercials, magazine ads, things like that, and they put those ad dollars into us, so we get paid from their ad budget. So that's where the money is coming from. And there's multiple different bonuses that we could receive in Jeunesse, but there's two primary ways of earning. So within the couple primary ways of earning. Sorry, I'm changing my screen over here. So in the two primary ways of earning, one is immediate income, and then number two is long-term income. And these come in the form of the immediate income is something where you share a product with a friend, a family member, whoever, they order product, you get a customer referral bonus. So you get a bonus when people first make an order. But I think what the most powerful bonus is the long-term income, the residual continuous income, where you get a customer that orders product. That's great. But when they order every single month, you get paid on those orders again and again and again. And so essentially what you're doing is you're building, a sales channel where you're getting customers and distributors. We're essentially looking for people that want to, consume our products, or people that are looking to build an income around this business and with our product line that we have. So once you see the the value in the long term of being able to have residual income, I think people would run through a brick wall to get it, because you could build something where you get some customers and distributors, and you continue to add, and you build a team of people that continues to add customers and distributors. And as people continuously order month after month after month, you get paid again, 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 again over time. So, but it isn't a get rich quick. Can you make a lot of money in this business? Yes. There's no cap on how much you can earn. But what's really exciting about it is what you can do in the long term by building, this base of customers and distributors. So, really quick in closing here, guys, how it actually, what do you actually do, and then, closing it out. So when you get started, you figure out what it is that you want, get your, figure out whatever your goal is for this to be worthwhile to you. And then it's essentially getting the work is understanding our networks are different. You know, your Facebook, your phone book, our networks we've grown up to know are different. So the network, you make a list of people that you'd want to introduce that you think could gain value from the product line. And then you're going to make a list of people that you think would gain value from the business, people that are looking for more, maybe looking for a side income, maybe are looking to, build up, another stream of income. So people like that. And then we teach you how to get really, really good at one thing, which is inviting people the proper way to check out the products and to check out the business. So you invite them to check it out, and we help you break down, the product line, the business, explain how everything works. And if they decide that they're like, yeah, I want to be a customer, I want to be a distributor, this is how it'll work. You have your own website. Mine's codybarton.jeunessglobal.com. So whenever I got somebody started, I send them to my site. They go onto my site. They decide the product that they want, click, buy. It's a simple checkout, just like Amazon would be. They pick their product, they check it out, click, buy. It ships to their front door. You're not hand delivering or handling people's product. All you're doing is essentially sharing the product, sharing the business, and building that customer base, that distributor base where they're making their orders through your site. The site tracks all of the orders. You don't have to have forums and all of that. The site does all of that for you. So it makes it very simple for you. So, in closing, how to get started. We don't have sign-up fees or commitments or contracts. All that you do is order some product. It's just like any business. If you have any business, you got to have the product on hand. If you have a Subway, you got to have bread for your shop. For our business, if you want a Jeunesse business, you have to have product on hand to be able to share with people. So that's why we get product, to be able to share, with others. But with that, super excited. And in closing, there's three types of people out there in the world. There's people that watch things happen. There's people that make things happen, and people that go, what the heck just happened? And I challenge you in life in general, whether it's this or something else, that you become the type of person that makes things happen, because the other two categories are not looking up for too many people. So super excited. Look forward to meeting every single one of you. Get back with the person who referred you to watch this video. Get your questions answered. If you're any questions that you have, I'd love to get connected with you as well, and help answer those questions and help you launch your Jeunesse business. Bye for now. Talk to you soon.